Hi guys, I'm Running Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing out there? This is the first time I'm actually doing a review like this, but better late. Always willing to try something new. As I told you guys before, I was going to do a review of the first episode or first issue of Forever Evil that came out today. This was the next a big event, the event for DC, the 52, and here I am to talk about it. In a sense, there might be a little bit of spoilers, but I'll try not to spoil too much for you guys. Now, I did not pick up this comic. I read this in store, and I'll probably do this for the duration of all the issues. There's 7. It's a 7-part miniseries, so I'll do it again. All right. Geoff Johns writes this along with David Finch as artists. Finch is one of my favorite artists, and I've always said I always enjoy David Finch's artwork. He puts a lot of detail into his work when he draws, but I do kind of miss seeing him a part of the Marvel sometimes. But I would say this was an okay, decent start to this miniseries. The story pretty much picks up right where Trinity War ends in Justice League 23. We have pretty much the Justice League is gone. We don't know where they are. They're off the grid. They could be dead. It's up in the air. And we see the crime syndicate pretty much scurrying and surveying the new world that they have occupied themselves in. Including the character that has replaced Cyborg, that we saw once again, that came out of the results of what the Atom, or Atomika, I believe that's how you call her name, what she did to Vic Stone, Cyborg, in Justice League. The guy called Grid, he's surveying the new world that they're in. A lot of things in this are very interesting. You see Lex Luthor, he is in this pretty much almost every villain you can think of, including this secret society. We also see Ultraman, the evil version of Superman. He's going around scouring looking for kryptonite, actually. I'm not going to explain what he does with the kryptonite when he finds it. I'm not going to spoil that for you. But it's just it's more of a fast pace, but still kind of very detailed look for the book, as well as in terms of the eyes of the villain, in a sense. We're all looking at this through the eyes of the villains, and that's kind of different. I'm not saying that Geoff Johns, that it was an overall superb issue. There were some problems with it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was the best. To me, the best thing in this issue, this first issue, that actually was superior, I should say, was the biggest moment to me, is what happens to Nightwing. And yes, I will spoil that. So if you don't want to hear this, to all my subscribers, turn off this video right now. But if you do, if you don't want to be spoiled, okay. It seems that Owlman and many others have been, once again, have been looking at some of the other heroes that have been left behind, that weren't part of the Justice League. And we see Nightwing back in Gotham. He's not in Chicago. Dick is back in Gotham, and he's being welcomed into Gotham by Barbara, who seems to be out of costume. And all of a sudden, he's bringing in a villain to Arkham. The crime syndicate has occupied Arkham and pretty much has flipped it upside down thanks to Superwoman. So what does she do? She basically she takes they noose Nightwing. They really noose him up. They pretty much, all of a sudden you see him and he just gets yanked by a lasso and he's just getting choked out. And you hear the voices in the back saying, his name is Nightwing. First he gets beat down by Owlman, and Dick is like, Bruce, Batman, and he's just like you wish, and he just gets beat down. And they're just like, he's called Nightwing here, he'll do. Now in Arkham, we see all the villains in Arkham, and the crime syndicate just telling pretty much all the villains that this world is ours now, who they are, what they're gonna do, and everything like that. And a lot of the villains are kind of going along with it. Even the syndicate even shows like items of the Justice League: Superman's cape, Wonder Woman's lasso. So it's almost like they're dead. The Justice League is dead. And it gets really, the plot thickens right there, and you're like, okay, so how did they die? And that's where it really gets intriguing and enticing right there, is where basically we see the crime syndicate bring out Dick. He's tied up, he's beaten down, and all the criminals are like, wow, they even got Nightwing. And what they proceed to do next was the biggest shocker of this issue right here. The biggest pop moment is they're live on camera and they unmask pretty much Dick to the public, and they put his identity out there, and they're like, his name is Nightwing, his name is Richard Grayson. They just put his identity out there, and you see some other heroes like, oh my God, Dick, especially a lot of the Bat family, including we see the Teen Titans even saying, you see Wonder Girl saying to Tim, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna? And Tim's like, okay, we got to get down to the bottom of this. Barbara is concerned, things like that. And they go into detail of Dick Grayson's Earth 3 counterpart is with them, and he's called the character known as Power Ring. That's actually one of the characters with the crime syndicate. So they just revealed Dick's identity to the public, and then they go on to pretty much say, now we're gonna hurt anybody that Dick loves, cares about. They're gonna go after all his loved ones, just to hurt him. And that kind of is like, okay, that was like the biggest shocker. And you even got Lex Luthor, who was basically saying, this is a job for Superman. Where is he? Is just like, he's even asking, where's Superman? When you see Ultraman pushing I believe, the moon in front of the sun to make an eclipse. And that's pretty much how the first issue ends. And it's like, wow, that kind of got you intriguing. But for the first issue, it was pretty intriguing, especially the final parts of the book. That was really where it got really enticing. And then you're just like, okay, where is Geoff Johns going to lead us now? Now, where is he going to lead this? Or is he going to fall flat and just, or will he have something to one-up what he did in the first issue? And that's where you got to look at it also from a standpoint. But if you're kind of etchy on picking up Forever Evil, I do recommend you giving it a try. I said myself I wouldn't pick it up. I'll just read it in store like I did. And I was fairly okay with what I read. Like I said, it was okay. There were still some problems. It wasn't had no flaws. There were some flaws to it. But supposedly all the members of the Justice League, and all 3 Justice League teams, I believe, are gone. So what happens to the rest of the heroes? In a sense, the crime syndicate goes hunting. And it makes you wonder who's going to be the prey of the crime syndicate, who's going to fall to them, and who's going to take a stand and rise up against them while the Justice League is indisposed of. But other than that, guys, you guys tell me what you thought of issue 1 of Forever Evil. This is Mom Burning Kid coming to you with his thoughts, review on the first issue. And you guys take care, and I'll see you around. You guys take care.